Hello and welcome back to Cars of Glasgow, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2013 BMW 520d SE, so stay tuned for this video. So we'll start off with the exterior of this car. This car came out in 2010 and it's known as the F10 BMW 5 Series. It came out after the Chris Bangle design butt version, it was known for, well, its big butt at the rear. This car BMW went back to the E39 kind of platform in terms of design, and they took and modernised that and made that more an evolution of that generation versus the previous generation, so they kind of went back 2 generations to give us this model. So we've got the daytime running lights that are the traditional BMW Halo. As you can see, we've got the 2 circles on each side. This is the facelift model, so that's why we get Bayesian headlights with the little eyebrow at the top. Overall the car is handsome, if not a little bit subtle. It's well sculpted, we've got strong character lines along the side of the car. Although black's hard to see, it has been waxed so you can kind of see the shadow line just below the door handles there from the front fender to the boot. On the front we've also got an interesting feature of little air vents that close and open behind the grille. So this means when the engine's hot, these flaps can open up and allow more air in, otherwise they're closed for aerodynamics. We've also got the removal of the front fog light, and they've just simplified that again, aid of efficiency, dynamics. The efficient dynamics was a particular trim level in the previous unfacelifted F10, and BMW incorporated efficient dynamics into this generation of 5 Series. So this generation of 5 Series, being the facelift, also got the start-stop technology and the rocker switch I'll show you in a minute that shows you how to put it into between sport mode and economical mode. So being a 520d, it's designated in the back here. It's a 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel with about 180 horsepower. It produces about 119 grams of CO2, so that's friendly for company car buyers. Also like to point out, officially it should be getting about 60 miles to a gallon. Real world testing after 5.5 years it gets 45 miles to a gallon. This car is a 6-speed manual. So quick look, we'll move around to the boot. You can open it 2 ways, button in the fob or button underneath the BMW badge. Wide open square area, we've got tie down hooks on the right hand side. A little bit of storage on one side, that's where we're keeping the warning triangle. A little bit of additional storage underneath. The swan hinges don't get in the way, or swan neck hinges don't get in the way because they're covered up. Nice usable space. The rear seats do not fold on the SE trim, that is an option. So something to consider when you're looking at these cars. Dual exhaust pipes on the left hand side. If you upgrade to something like a 545d, you get dual exhaust with one on each side, and the M5 gets quad exhausts. All cars get this cool feature of putting the BMW cap there, so that means it doesn't scratch the paintwork and dangle down. We'll step into the front. So you pull this hinge twice to unlock the bonnet. Run your hand just roughly where the BMW badge is to feel a little lever. You pull that to the right, lift up, and that's the 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel unit. These little indications here signify it's the 4-cylinder. Twin power turbo actually is a single turbo with twin scroll instead of actually being a twin turbocharge that you're getting in M5. A lot of sound deadening, as you can see up here. We've got the dangerous hooks everybody goes on about. BMW does warn you here, the impalement of head injury. Just bear in mind if you're working in the car. So once you step in, you're greeted with a high quality cabin. This particular car is black on black on black. So you've got black leather seats, black gloss trim, black plastics, black exterior paint. The 5 Series comes with a lot of adjustability, so we've got a standard reach and rake. You can option an automatic version of that. We also have manually operated reclining seats, and we've got electric adjustment down the side for height and backrest. All the F-Series models come with keyless go, so that means you've got the wee key fob that can go anywhere in the car, foot in the clutch and start the car up. This car doesn't need a little bit of washer fluid, but we can know that for the time being. BMW instrument dials are traditional and with a little bit of modern twists. We've got the black panel display at the bottom that allows you to see things such as time, your speed. You can have your sat nav in there, anything like your fluid. Also, if you want to change gear when you're driving, that will pop up here. So down here we've got the rocker switch that allows you to put into eco mode. So when you do that, that also changes it in the black panel display, if you can see that. Encourages you to drive more efficiently, and it kind of reminds me of a Rolls Royce in terms of that has the power reserve because you're in charge when you're braking, and this little needle moves up less kind of efficient when you're accelerating, maybe going like 50 or 60 or 70 in the motorway. If I give it a rev, you can see that needle jumping down. Put the window down, you're going to hear that diesel unit. High quality leather stitched steering wheel, cruise control on the right, on the left, sorry. On the right we've got your volume for your phone. You can scroll through again for your radio stations. Climate control down at the bottom here, so you've got heated seats, air vents, fan speed, rotate for temperature, etc. And one of my favourite features is you run your finger across the numbers 1 to 8 and it will pop up at the top of the screen, so you can have that preset as maybe a telephone or phone number, or even a satellite navigation address. You can just push that and it'll quickly change. And I don't know if you... So that's quite good. The iDrive in this car is pretty good. I think iDrive is one of the best in this class slash the motor industry, because BMW have refined it over the years. This means you scroll this rotating knob, the middle bit stays stationary. This is the basic iDrive. You can upgrade to the professional nav that has you the touch screen and have a wider screen, fill in this bezelment here. But it allows you to go through things like your telephone view confirmation. That's what it tells you if you need things like screen wash. That's how you check things like that. There's so many, the owner's handbook, all those kind of bits are buried deep inside the iDrive, so you could have fun learning about that. A BMW quirk also is this little knob here that you can control your temperature here. It's important to also have that if you want it hot here and hot on the red there, because if you have that to blue, you're going to get a mixed match in temperature. Hazards, door locks, the BMW thing, to have it in the centre. Another BMW quirk is also the indicators that bounce back up. So I'll try and show you again. If you pull it up, it rests back down, even though I'm still indicating right. It just pops back into centre. 6-speed manual gearbox, as I mentioned, all the way to the left for reverse, pops up the rear and front sensors, and 6 gears for overdrive. When you're on the motorway, decent sized cubby hole in the middle that can be locked with the valet key attached to the bottom of the key fob. I mentioned we've got high quality materials throughout the cabin. Nice soft squidgy, look how soft that is. One of the main things you buy one of these German cars for. We've also got a deep glove box lined with the fuzzy stuff. High quality materials throughout, as you can see it's very classy in here, although it's all black. You can see the leather stitching, it's worn well. One little annoyance is you've only got one cup holder for the front passenger, because this bit here is what they call as a smoker's pack. Even though nobody in my family smoked, but a little bit of kind of like storage there, and that's a little bit, it can be converted with one of those power outlets. In that little area you could put your key in, but I don't know, I tend to put a phone or something lying across there. But one cup holder, electronic parking brake, which is a more modern trend. The door pockets themselves are quite kind of small and lined with the fuzzy stuff, not much you can put in there, maybe your mobile phone, but apart from that, not too much will fit in there. So we'll set off and power takes us underway. Doors lock as soon as you set off above 10 miles per hour. We're in eco mode at the moment, and it's not the worst, it's not the best, but however if I put it into sport mode, that catches the throttle response a little bit quicker, weights up the steering ever so slightly, and I just kind of prefer it in general. Makes it feel a little bit more like a BMW. However, I'm aware this is the SE level and you might want to upgrade to something like an M Sport just to get the stiffer suspension and overall better driving dynamics. If you're looking for a 520D, I'll turn the fan speed down. You'll hear how quiet this car is. And that's really what this car is designed for. This rivals things like the Jaguar XF, Audi A6, Mercedes E-Class, and designed really for long cruising motorway journeys, especially the two Germans I mentioned. They'll be designed to go on autobahn at over 100 miles per hour for about an hour and a couple of hours on the end without you sweating a thing, which I can actually testify, having driven the E-Class on the autobahn, how comfortable that car was on the motorway. One thing to point out is how smooth the car is. It's a really spacious cabin, it's such a large car, and to think over a couple of generations ago a 7 Series was this size, now the 5 Series, and then this has been replaced obviously by the new 2017 5 Series, which is a little bit bigger as well. However, this car is just like a large boat, it just absorbs all the bumps, really comfortable car. Maybe not the most dynamic and engaging to drive in this driving level, however, I can't really fault it for comfort. Comfortable wafting, and maybe if you got something like a 530D or a 525D with 6 cylinder, you'd have a little bit more power, just to give you that wafting capability, and maybe overtaking power, because I said this gets 0 to 60 in just over 8 seconds, so it's fine to keep up with traffic, but you're not going to be overtaking anything on a country road just due to the size and the capabilities of this car. So in conclusion, the BMW 5 Series is a strong competitor, if not the class leader, within the executive car market. It's been reliable for us over the past 5.5 years. It's very economical, comfortable, spacious for 4, which is 4 in our family, and I can't recommend it any further than that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions about this particular car, feel free to ask me below over 5.5 years of ownership. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, as I'm trying to grow the channel, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm trying to get Cars of Glasgow videos up once a week, so check out on the channel every Saturday about 11 AM is when I'm going to be uploading a new video, and I'll probably do one maybe during the week after maybe a car event or something, but I'll let you guys know on Instagram or Facebook with that. And speaking of Facebook, also feel free to search us on Twitter and Facebook at Cars of Glasgow. So thanks very much for watching again, and I'll see you next video. Ciao!